Hello, and welcome to the Fast Book Pod channel, where you'll find the best book summaries. You'll watch book summaries just like watching a movie. Don't forget to subscribe and like the videos for in-depth reviews of great books. Let's get to the book summaries.
The story begins in the lush green countryside of Georgia in 1861, just before the outbreak of the American Civil War. Scarlett O'Hara, a 16-year-old Southern belle, is the daughter of Gerald O'Hara, an Irish immigrant who owns the Grand Plantation of Tara, and Ellen, a woman of French aristocratic descent. Scarlett is beautiful, charming, and headstrong. Accustomed to being the center of attention among the young men of her community, she thrives on admiration and the social games of flirtation, confident that she can have any man she wants. But beneath her confident exterior, Scarlett is deeply infatuated with Ashley Wilkes, a refined and gentle man from the neighboring plantation, 12 Oaks. Scarlett believes Ashley will propose to her soon, but her world shatters when she learns that Ashley is to marry his sweet and gentle cousin, Melanie Hamilton. Scarlett, impulsive and proud, confronts Ashley at the barbecue at 12 Oaks and confesses her love. Ashley admits he cares for her, but insists that he must marry Melanie because their temperaments and values align. Heartbroken and furious, Scarlett slaps Ashley, and in her rage, she doesn't realize that another man, Rhett Butler, has been quietly watching from behind the couch, amused by the scene. Rhett Butler, a charming but scandalous gentleman known for his cynical wit and disregard for social conventions, becomes fascinated by Scarlett's fiery spirit. He's different from the Southern gentleman she knows, blunt, practical, and unafraid to challenge her vanity. Their paths will intertwine again and again through years of war, loss, and survival. When the Civil War breaks out, the entire South is swept up in patriotic fervor. Young men rush to enlist, and Scarlett, still smarting from Ashley's rejection, impulsively marries Charles Hamilton, Melanie's brother, out of spite, not love. Soon after, Charles dies of illness before even seeing battle, leaving Scarlett widowed with a young child. Wade, mourning etiquette confines her to wearing black and avoiding social gatherings. But Scarlett hates the restrictions and the dullness of widowhood. She moves to Atlanta to live with Melanie and Melanie's aunt, Pitty Pat Hamilton, hoping the change of scenery will help her escape her sorrow and, perhaps, bring her closer to Ashley, who is fighting in the war. Atlanta becomes a bustling hub of Confederate activity, full of soldiers, hospitals, and endless gossip. Scarlett attends bazaars and charity events, pretending to be the demure widow society expects her to be, though inside she is restless and yearning for excitement. In Atlanta, Scarlett crosses paths again with Rhett Butler, now a blockade runner making a fortune by smuggling goods through the Union naval blockade. Rhett openly mocks the romantic idealism of the Confederacy and tells Scarlett hard truths about war and survival. Unlike the other men who idolize her, Rhett sees her ambition and selfishness clearly and admires her for it. Their flirtatious banter begins a complex love-hate relationship that will define much of Scarlett's life. As the war drags on, food and supplies grow scarce, and the South begins to crumble. Atlanta, once vibrant and proud, becomes a city of refugees, hospitals, and fear. When Union forces under General Sherman march toward Atlanta, chaos erupts. Melanie, pregnant and unable to travel, goes into labor just as the city begins to burn. Scarlett, despite her fear, helps deliver Melanie's baby with the help of her loyal house servant, Prissy. With Rhett's help, Scarlett escapes the burning city, driving a rickety wagon through flames, corpses, and destruction, carrying Melanie, the newborn, Prissy, and her own son, Wade, toward home. But when they finally reach Tara, Scarlett finds it in ruins. The mansion stands, but the crops are gone, the fields are scorched, and her mother is dead from typhoid fever. Her father, Gerald, has lost his sanity, broken by grief. Scarlett, who had always lived a life of luxury and ease, faces the brutal reality of survival. Surrounded by hunger, death, and devastation, she makes a vow under the blood-red sunset. As God is my witness, I'll never be hungry again. This moment transforms her forever. No longer a pampered girl, Scarlett becomes fiercely practical, ruthless, and willing to do anything to protect her family and rebuild Tara. The war ends, but life in the South does not return to normal. The Reconstruction period brings chaos, poverty, and bitterness. With her family facing starvation and the heavy new taxes on Tara, Scarlett rides to Atlanta to seek help from Rhett Butler, only to find him imprisoned and unable to assist her. Desperate, she manipulates and marries her sister's wealthy fiancé, Frank Kennedy, to pay off Tara's debts. Now financially secure, Scarlett becomes a shrewd businesswoman, opening and running a lumber mill in Atlantis, something scandalous for a woman of her class. She doesn't care about society's opinions. Her drive for wealth and stability blinds her to everything else, including the growing affection Rhett still has for her. Frank dies soon after, and Scarlett, now twice widowed, finally marries Rhett Butler in a union of passion, pride, and convenience. At first, Scarlett and Rhett seem unstoppable. He builds her a lavish mansion, showers her with luxuries, and gives her the social standing she's always wanted. They have a daughter, Bonnie Blue Butler, whom Rhett adores. But happiness proves elusive. Scarlett still clings to her illusion of loving Ashley, idealizing him as the one thing she cannot have. Rhett, realizing this, grows increasingly bitter and distant. Their marriage becomes a battlefield of pride and misunderstanding. Scarlett's obsession with wealth and Ashley contrasts with Rhett's growing desire for emotional connection. The once fiery passion between them cools into resentment. Meanwhile, tragedy strikes again when little Bonnie dies in a riding accident, a loss that devastates Rhett beyond repair. In the aftermath, their relationship collapses completely. Melanie, the one person who has always been gentle and forgiving, falls ill and dies. In her final moments, she expresses her trust in Scarlett to care for Ashley and his son, but her death finally shatters Scarlett's illusions. She realizes that Ashley was never the great love she imagined, only a dream, a symbol of her lost youth and the world that vanished with the war. The man who truly loved her all along was Rhett. Scarlett rushes home to tell Rhett that she finally understands, that she loves him, that they can still rebuild what's left between them. But Rhett, worn down by years of heartbreak, has nothing left to give. When Scarlett begs him not to leave, he delivers his famous, devastating line, "My dear, I don't give a damn." Scarlett is left standing alone at the door, watching him disappear into the misty morning. She breaks down but then steels herself once more. Though her dreams have crumbled, her spirit remains unbroken. She tells herself she will find a way to win him back because tomorrow is another day. Gone with the Wind is not just a love story. It's a sweeping epic of survival, pride, and transformation. It's about a woman who refuses to surrender, who adapts to every storm that life throws at her. Scarlett O'Hara embodies the resilience of the human spirit in the face of loss and change. Through her journey, Margaret Mitchell captures the collapse of the Old South and the birth of a new, uncertain world. At its heart, the novel is about illusion and reality, about clinging to dreams when the world has already moved on. Scarlett loses everything she once valued: her innocence, her family, her friends, and the romantic ideal of the life she thought she wanted. Yet, even in defeat, she stands tall, facing the future with the same fierce determination that carried her through war and despair. Gone with the Wind remains one of the most enduring stories of all time because it mirrors the human condition, our stubbornness, our pride, our endless desire to hold on to what's already gone in, the faint but unbreakable hope that maybe, just maybe, tomorrow will bring another chance.
It was a very good book. Did you like it too? You can write your thoughts in the comments section. See you in the next summary.